What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about SwiftCoin today. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Okay, here we are at about 1.629 cents right now. We've broken through the threshold. We've broken through this flat pattern here, and as it stands, it looks like you're kind of in the middle of nowhere, and the only place that you would go to would likely be at this area of prior resistance, which you've also found a little bit of support at, stopping through here, right? It is possible, I suppose, that you don't have to go all the way down to this line, which is at about just below 1.3 cents there. Okay, it's possible you don't have to go there. You could find support right here at this closing daily high right here, momentary daily high, which is also right at the wick here, and that's just below where you're at now. That's at about 1.47 cents. Let's see what makes more sense. Are you going to go lower, dramatically lower, or not even dramatically lower? Let's just see from the current price. You've already made a somewhat dramatic move, but not even that bad for crypto, right? I guess that's dramatically lower, right? 20% or more, or is it going to be something that's less than 10%? From the current price of about 1.633. Let's see if we can figure that out. So on a daily basis, daily RSI certainly stands to go a little bit lower. Anytime you get below the 40, that's normally an indication that you will, probably go to the oversold zone, if not around there, like you did here. It looks like you like to go. Sorry, I thought I heard something. Just above the oversold zone at times and just below it at times. You've been overbought a lot. You haven't seen the oversold zone in a while. You could go down there, but I don't anticipate you do. If you were to see the RSI go to the oversold zone, that likely would link up with this idea that you go below 1.3 cents. You don't have to find support at this white line either. That's just an area that I would expect. You could go lower. It's possible you could return all the way back down to 1 cent or so and find support there. In fact, I think if we put a low to a high, you have relative fibs there. Let's see, low to high here. Yeah, your golden ratio is literally right there at about 1 cent to 1.27 cents. So somewhere in that area, you could absolutely find support. You could go lower even. I don't think that you do, but you could go lower, and it's fine if you do. But again, just looking at the daily RSI, I would think that you go lower than where you're at now. I think that you do have daily lower closes. My suspicion would be that it's just a little bit lower, in which case perhaps what you see, if we go all the way back here, perhaps what you see is a move down where you close. Yeah, I think if you were to close at this low or lower, you would probably be right in this area. You would be in the oversold zone if you were to close below this low. It's hard to say because I don't have the math for like the formula for this applied to the math of what the price would be at this certain rate divided by or assuming all the other 10 days of closing price with this. I don't have the math, is all I'm trying to say, to calculate exactly what the price would have to be to break the oversold threshold. That's all I'm trying to say. But I had a hell of a time saying it. But I would assume that a daily close below this would likely do that. So okay, so there we go. So if you close below about 1.48 cents on a daily basis, if you close below there, then yes, you likely do go to about 1.28 cents. If you wick down here and then you close above it, if you have a wick and then you close above it, likely you're going to find support there. And then what would really validate that is getting back above 1.88 cents, closing above there. That would really validate whatever low you've put in is your low, right? My theory is this, right? From here, you could wick below this line and that's fine. But if you're closing above it, that's probably your low point. You could wick to it and then bounce off of it, close, whatever, that's fine too. But if you were to close below this line, I would think you don't stop until interacting with something that's just below 1.3 cents. Okay, so now that we've talked about that, that's just there so that you can prepare yourself, right? I feel like I should start off with the more positive stuff, not the negative stuff, because people don't like the negative stuff. It makes people click away, but I don't care about the clicks, man. I just want you guys to be prepared for what's coming on. I mean, obviously, I like the clicks, right? Who isn't trying to grow their YouTube channel that doesn't like the clicks? Hit that like button, subscribe, damn it, let's go. 1.63 cents right now from a low to a high. Going down to your golden ratio is a very possible thing, and it's a very real thing that we should address. But also what's very real and what's happened a lot in the crypto space lately is we've been finding support at the 0.5. What wouldn't make sense to me finding support at the 0.5 here is that we're kind of in the middle of nowhere's land with this price action. The only thing that makes sense would be down here, but there is a little turbulence right here that could be our saving grace. It's just not enough for me to feel completely safe on. So I do think you're going to go lower. Let's look at the 4 hour to validate that. 4-hour time frame looks sad, but you're at a relative low point, so that's not going to help us. Yes, you probably bounce from here. Probably today and tomorrow, going into the end of the week, you probably recover and go back up to about 1.88 cents. Remember, closing above that on a daily basis is what we want to see to convince me that you're at this low and that you're probably going to move higher. So interacting with this area as resistance is not going to convince me that this is the low, right? Getting above 1.88 cents isn't going to do that either. It's closing above. So if in the next day or 2 days we do move up above 1.88 cents, if the days aren't closing above there, then I'm not impressed, right? You likely still go lower. If you go up here, you find resistance off there, I'm not impressed, you likely still go lower. But if you can get up here above this price and stay above this price and close a day above 1.88 cents, I think that you might start to retrace this overall pullback, and you're finding support at this area here, which on the daily basis doesn't look that significant, but on the 4-hour basis, that's a pretty significant pivot. You're finding support just below this area here. You're finding support right at this resistance zone. I mean, it could make sense, man. It really could make sense. And then let's just see, too, if we find a low to a high here. Maybe something more pronounced. What would we want? Let's do this one, low to high. It's more pronounced, sure. And you found resistance at the golden ratio, sure. Yeah, maybe you go down just a little bit lower to 1.5 cents, but what I would see happening is you come up first, find resistance at that 1.88 cent area, and then to start off early next week, you find your low, and then you recover next week. That's whenever you start moving up. That's kind of what I'm assuming. This will give you a lower low in the price, a higher low probably in your RSI to form some bullish divergence off of, and then build out from. That's my thoughts. So SwiftCoin, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's probably at a good price to buy now. Over the days, it probably comes up. If it does come up and you feel like you missed your chance at buying, just wait another couple days, and I would assume that you probably get a chance to buy at these exact same prices, if not more, probably just a little bit lower at about 1.5 cents, and then from there I think you grow. If I'm wrong, you will go lower. If I'm wrong, you will go lower, and the extent that you would go lower, I would think, would take you down to, maybe about a cent at the most. I don't think you'd break below a cent. But I'm also, to me, with what I know about SwiftCoin and what a lot of you guys know about SwiftCoin, I think there's too much demand for this thing. I don't think that you're going to get the chance to go down this low or to that high there. I think too many people want to, and that might be what this is here. This was an attempt at skimming this high, right? And you're not going to get it. And if you go down a little bit lower, you get that double attempt and you hit that 1.5 cent area, you're really going to be looking for it, but you just can't get it. I think there's going to be so much buying pressure that it prevents you from getting down there, or not enough selling pressure, one of the two. It definitely doesn't seem like there's a lot of selling pressure going on right now. So it's just the price is moving down, probably because the whole crypto market's moved down and everything like that. In a matter of no time at all, SwiftCoin is going to start moving up again. It is going to start recovering. Let's talk about that. From a high to a low, right? Day to day, maybe not, but week to week, month to month, absolutely, right? High to low, 2272 extension hit. You're down at your 1414 now. Man, that's a perfect 1414 bounce right there, right? Oftentimes you don't hit your 1414 perfectly as resistance, but as support, you can find it as very perfect pinpointed support. If you go lower, the 1272 would be where I think you go. This is nice. This kind of perspective to me makes me think you wouldn't even go down to 1 cent. And I didn't think you would anyways, but that's like the lowest expectation. But with this fib, I would think your real lowest expectation might be about 1.3 cents. So that's good. You're at 1.6 cents now. You never want to see things go down, but 1.3 is a whole lot better than 1 cent, considering you're at 1.6 cents now. So good. Let's move that minimum or that maximum drop expectation to about 1.28 cents. Okay, if you were to drop lower. If not, you really stand a chance to find support here. And on a daily basis, all it would take is a close above the 1618. What is that at? That's at 2 cents. That might be more significant. Look, 1.88 cents is going to be significant, and that would get me excited. But I think closing above 2 cents psychologically, and then just as a golden ratio respected area off of this fib, which is very significant for you, I think that might matter more. So let's look, before we start getting excited, I think 2.05 cents is the area to watch. You close a day above that, then it's time to properly get excited for something that will take you higher. And where is that higher something going to take you? It's going to take you, let's see, all the way up, man, to about 7.8778 cents. That's a nice serendipitous number right there. something like that. I mean, that's pretty on par with your movements so far. It might even be a little smaller. What if you go up to the money zone? I think you really could hit that money zone. 11.3 to 15.3 cents, something in that area might be where you go. Let's see if fibs line up with that as well. High to low here. If this is your low, again, if it's not your low, this might be inappropriate. Yeah, I like that. 1886, perfect. Yeah. Certainly, yeah, so I would think that you go above 10 cents on this next move. Cool. SwiftCoin, that's awesome. By the end of March, early April, mid-April, something like that, yeah. But before you do, rest of this week, well, maybe not even the rest of this week, but starting off next week, you might have some coming back to do. If not, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you don't go up and then come down. Maybe instead you just go up and you keep going up, you know. But get above 2 cents and validate that for me. Get above 1.88 cents, I'll get excited, but 2 cents will really validate it for me. I've got nothing else to say. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. On a 1 hour basis, SwiftCoin does look like it wants to go lower. On a 4 hour basis, you could go lower from here, but you look like you want to find some support soon. So you've got 3 hours left in this 1 hour candle, or 3 hours left in this 4 hour candle. On the 1 hour basis, you look like you want to go lower. So maybe this hour or the next hour you come down, and then on a 4 hour basis, on that last hour of this candle, maybe you come back up, because I don't know how much lower you're going to go, man. I can't see you going too much lower. You probably find a double bottom right here, which would imply you close this 4 hour candle no matter how low you go, probably right around here or higher. I bet you do. I really bet you do. So mark my words, man. By the time most of you watch this, because I know a lot of you watch this stuff in the first 3 hours. By the time most of you watch this, I bet the price has already come down here, and then if you've watched it in the first hour or two, it's probably down here. If you watched it at 3 hours or more, I bet it's back up here. If not, and I'm wrong, well then lower you go. But the lowest I'd give you is about 1.3, 1.28 cents. Okay, and then from there you still will find support. I've got nothing else for you guys. The days ahead might be a little bit bearish. In fact, actually, I would think if things go the way I would call, the days ahead might be temporarily bullish, and then the days after are a little bearish. But the weeks ahead, the months ahead are phenomenal. We're going to see some phenomenal growth. It's just a matter of time. SwiftCoin is at a very great price to buy right now. I kind of wish I bought some, actually. I might buy some if it does. If it goes lower than this low, I'll probably throw some into SwiftCoin, get a nice allocation into that. We'll see how it goes. Man, because I like SwiftCoin's market cap too. It's at a pretty low cap, right? 163. Yeah, this thing's still 100xable from here. Multi 100xable from here. Absolutely. And this is a coin I actually believe in. I like the fundamentals. I've done some reading on it myself, you know, and I've done a lot of research. This is one of those few coins. Way back in the day, I actually did an independent video on it when that was more of a thing, right? When that was actually more special. I did request videos a lot more back in the day, before the time of how the channel's been lately. And SwiftCoin got an independent video because I did some in-depth research on it. And it wasn't that in-depth. There's people, by the way, shout out on that note, if you're into SwiftCoin, you probably are already aware of this guy, but Underdog Crypto, I think it's Underdog Crypto. And shout out to Crypto Future too. I know he talks about SwiftCoin from here, you know, every now and then. Let's see, where subscriptions. Come on now. Where are you at here? Where's the list of the people that I'm subscribed to? I don't know, just all this. I'm just gonna type in Underdog Crypto. Underdog. Why can't I spell properly? Underdog Crypto. Underdog Research Channel. I thought it was Underdog Crypto, but this guy, he made a video on SwiftCoin. He might still, yeah, look, he still talks about it. 11 months ago. This video right here, this is a really good video. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but you guys, this is, if you don't know about SwiftCoin, it's an old video. It's an hour long, but you guys, this is actually pretty informative, right? And this video actually got me excited about SwiftCoin and encouraged me to do my own research to begin with. But all I'm trying to say by that is this is a great coin. It's not only a coin that deserves to be in the treasure hunt section on my playlist. I'm going to put it in the treasure hunt section actually after this. But it's something that I actually truly believe above all of our 100x's 100x potentials. I believe it has very solid fundamentals, and it's been around for a long time. It's got a solid community. It's got more going for it, I think, than most of these coins that we consider as 100x capable. And I'm just buttering the bread right now, so I'm going to end the video there. But hit the like button, subscribe. Definitely check out Underdog Crypto if you guys haven't. I think he's really smart. I think he does his due diligence. I'm a chart nerd, and he likes the charts too, but he's like a research nerd. You watch this video, it'll prove it. You know what? I'm going to share the link. I'm actually going to share the link in my, I don't think he'll mind that. I'll share that in my post here. So that's all I got for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. If you want to watch that video, it'll be in the pinned comment below. Okay, bye-bye.